Okay, we're live. Hey guys, welcome to Live with Lucas again this week. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, maybe more like a month and a half since we've had a conversation like this. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm back and we'll keep this going in the new year. You guys, I hope that you're having a good new year so far. For those of you who've made resolutions, I hope you're keeping them. For those of you who didn't make resolutions, it's easy not to keep them. If you're out there this morning, if you're part of the interwebs, make sure to say hello. Like, oh, Mike Satsky and my mom are here. That's intro music, Mike. You guys gotta up the production value over at Stack if you're ever gonna get any viewers. So, I don't mean to be too hard on you there, but I mean, the truth is the truth. But yeah, if you're out there, make sure to say hello. I'd love it. It's always so hard having this conversation with my computer screen, and but there's real people on the other side. It's so much better when we talk, when you have questions, when you make fun of the background music, saying it sounded like a funeral. It's so much better when this is a conversation. So if you have questions, if you have comments, if you want to harass me about something, do it. Let us know. It's so much better. It'll go so much better. But you guys, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that we made it through Christmas and New Year's. And I had something. Hey, hi, Lynn. Glad you're here. Oh, Miss Jenkins, Miss Carol Jenkins. Glad you're here. Um, we've got two of the Carols here. I did something really stupid this Christmas, and I know many of you will just say, "Oh, of course he did." Hey, Jessica. It's just kind of par for the course. But right before Christmas, I put it out on socials that I was looking to borrow a couple of GoPros and to help record our Christmas Eve service. And Dave Sterling, a friend of mine, he answered the call and he's like, I got a couple of GoPros that you can borrow, Lucas. And he came to the church to drop them off. And when he came to the church, it was around 5 o'clock and the lights were dark. It was dark outside. And I was actually up on a ladder outside the church helping to fix some lights from the Tupper Family Light Show that we had on the church at Christmas. Hey, Curtis. And so I was up on the ladder when Dave showed up with these two GoPros. And he's like, and I said, Dave, just put them on the hood of my van there, and I'll grab them when I get down. And yeah, I'm a ladder guy now. I'm really handy like that. And so I'm up on the ladder, and I said, just put them on the hood of my car. I'll grab them when I come down. I finished what I was doing. I came down from my ladder, and I forgot that the GoPros were on my hood. And then about 5 minutes later, I drove away from the church with the GoPros still on the hood of my car and had no idea they were there. I did not even realize till the next morning when I got back into the office and was trying to find the GoPros Dave had dropped off. I He had given me those GoPros, and within 15 minutes of him loaning them to me, they were lost. They were gone. I looked all over the parking lot. I drove between my house and the church several times looking to see if they were on the side of the road. They were not. They are gone forever. They did not turn up. And so I had to go downtown and shell out $900 to replace Dave's two GoPros. It was not my most favorite moment of Christmas. I was very embarrassed and angry and frustrated, right? Whoa, exactly. And I like to take care of stuff that you borrow from people, and it just, oh, it was terrible. I was so very frustrated. Uh, the truth is, nobody likes. We don't like losing stuff, right? You never feel good when you lose something. You feel good when you find it, but that feeling of something being lost and not knowing where you put it, wherever it is, it gnaws at you and it's frustrating. It's this uncomfortable lack of closure when you can't find something that you've lost. Losing yourself is the worst, but the truth is, losing yourself is even worse. Uh, there's all sorts of things, all sorts of ways that you can lose yourself or feel lost or feel distant. And I got to be honest, and after a while, the last 2 months have been kind of a difficult time for me. I've been struggling with kind of a low grade level of depression. It's something that oh yeah, Mike, I lost a CD player. Yeah, you found it for me. That's a great story, maybe for another time, of Mike being a jerk. But the truth is, in the last 2 months, I've been struggling with this kind of low grade, depression. It's just been just kind of under the surface, and it's just been kind of a quiet struggle. But it's kind of I've felt kind of lost, not myself. I've been shorter with my kids than I'm normally am. I've been less kind and less. It has required a lot of patience from my wife, I think, to put up with me the last 2 months. I've not enjoyed things that I normally enjoy. Things have just been a little bit harder. That's kind of what happens. And depression is not something that I feel often. It's happened in the past, and so this time really caught me off guard, and so I've been working through it. And the truth is, it's not just depression where we lose ourselves. It's not just mental health things like anxiety, and stress. Those are definitely places that cause us to be uncomfortable and kind of lose grip on things a bit. But it can be the pressures of work, it can be the pressures of parenting. We can get lost in the everyday grind of life. Yes, dark and stormy. That is what. Uh, Thanks, Mom. That's what some people have nicknamed me, Dark and Stormy. I like to be a little bit dark and stormy. But we can get lost in the everyday grind of life, and where we just end up going through the motions and just trying to survive, right? Not thriving, just kind of surviving. And when we feel lost, it's easy to turn to all sorts of places to try to find peace. And often those are the wrong places. Often it's vices, right? Like we all have our certain vices. Vices are kind of escape from reality, escape from how we're feeling about things. We've got, maybe you're a person who needs affirmation, right? So you start trying to people please and start trying to get the affection and affirmation of others. Maybe you hide, right? Like maybe you just go become a recluse and just disappear and stop responding to text messages. Or maybe you need to distract yourself from the way you're feeling, like, with TV or video games, stuff like that. They're just these escapes from how you're feeling. But here's the encouraging thing about what that you can hold on to when you feel lost. When we feel lost, we need to remind ourselves that there is a person looking for us. Jesus is calling out to each and every one of us, no matter where we are. And he wants to remind us of just how important we are to him. He wants to remind us that he cares for us, that he loves us, that he made us on purpose, for a purpose, that we don't have to be lost if we don't want to. Jesus himself said that he came to seek and to save the lost. Jesus said that he came to seek and to save the lost. That's Luke 19:10. And that's not just in some eternal cosmic sense, some future saving or some salvation from sin. That's part of the picture, but the whole picture includes Jesus wanting to save you in the here and now, to find you in the here and now, that you're here and now, the life that you're living, that you would feel found by him, that his affection and love and care would be something that you feel right now, not saved from some future into some future thing, but saved and found in the now. Adrian reminded me of, hey, Paul, glad you're joining us. Adrian reminded me of this verse from John 10 a couple of weeks ago, and it is great. It is an incredibly important reminder. It's kind of one I've held on to pretty strongly in recent weeks. It's where in John 10, Jesus says this: "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me." My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. And it's got had me asking this question, do I know his voice? I'm feeling lost and I'm feeling out of sorts and uncomfortable and not like myself. And I'm trying to find myself or distract myself, but am I listening for the voice of the one who's looking for me, who has come to seek and to save those who are lost? There's this old Middle Eastern story. Hey, Darlene, I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for saying hi. There's this old Middle Eastern story that hey, Selby, I can't remember. I heard it before. I can't remember the author or the origin. I know it's there somewhere. It's on the internet. You can Google it after. But this is a story of this guy. He's out in the street under a street lamp, a bright street lamp at night, and he's on his knees looking for something. He's looking for his key to his house that he lost. And his friend walks by, and his friend sees him looking for this key under this street lamp and says, do you need help looking for your key? And so now they're both on their knees under this bright street lamp looking for this guy's key to his house. And eventually, after a while, his friend says, well, do you remember the last place where you had your key, the last place where you're sure you lost it? And the guy says, well, yeah, I remember I lost it in my house. And then his friend says, well, why are we out here looking for it under the street lamp when you've lost it in your house? And the guy says, well, it's brighter out here than it is in my house. And sometimes when we're trying to find something, we look in all the easy places. We look where it's comfortable. We look where we've been before. We look where it's bright or obvious or whatever. And we miss the fact that there is a place where we know we can go to find what it is we're looking for. And for me, I believe, for me personally, and I believe for you, that place when we feel lost, that place where we can go to look to be found, is in the love and the care and the affection of our Creator, of Jesus, the one who loves us, who made us, who gives the whole universe meaning. He's where we can go to find any answer that we need. Hey, Drew, glad you're here. If you feel lost, maybe it's time to stop looking in the wrong place. It might just be time to listen to the voice of the one calling out to you. My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me. This morning, it's my prayer for each one of us, for myself, for you, for all of us, that whatever it is, whatever life season life has us in, whether we're searching, whether we feel lost, whether we're, in the valley low or the mountain high, that we would clearly hear his voice and we would know that he is calling out to us, and that in him is every answer we could ever need. In him is every affirmation we could ever want. In him is every purpose that we could ever want to have. He's calling out. He's calling out to each one of us. And the question is, are we going to listen? Are we going to stop wanting to be lost under the street lamp? Or are we going to go to where we know we are found? And that's in the love and embrace of Jesus and our Creator. You guys, it's simple. There's nothing profound in what I've shared today, nothing mind-blowing. Just that if you're lost, there's somebody looking, and his name is Jesus. And if you turn to him, it's not going to be, your life is not going to be perfect and easy, but it is going to be on the path that you were born to be walking. Your life is going to be more full for following Jesus and discovering what your purpose is in him. You guys, I want to just take a moment to pray for you and for me, and then we'll be done. So let me pray. Jesus, thank you for your love and your kindness. And thank you that you are the one who said, for the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost, and that's us. And for all of us today, Jesus, that feel a bit lost, to feel a bit out of sorts, feel a bit distant or distracted, like everything's not okay, that Jesus, that we would remove the distractions in our life, that you would quiet everything around us so that we would be able to hear your voice calling out to us. The one who would leave the 99 to find the one, that you are always looking for us. Jesus, that you love us. And I just pray that we would hear your voice and we would turn to you, turn away from the distractions that we try to fill our lives with. but that we'd find our identity and find our purpose and find our value in you. Jesus, I love you, and I just pray for each one that you would bless them this morning. I pray this in your holiest of names. Here's the next part of that verse. Wow. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I give them eternal life and they will never perish. No one can snatch them away from me. There is safety and security in turning to Jesus when you feel lost. You guys, I'm glad that we're back at it. Thank you for commenting and letting us know that you're here and harassing me. It has been perfect. If you have any questions, if you watch this after, make sure you can still comment. I'd love to come back and answer any questions you guys have. And if you guys are interested in coming to church this Sunday, the link for registering is going to go live here right away. So that's it, you guys. I'm glad that you were here. I hope that this has been encouraging to you. God bless. I love you, and we'll see you out there.